तो ज़्यादा कुछ चेंज नहीं है, थोड़ा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पे और लाइटिंग पे फोकस ज़्यादा है इस बार। बाकी तो ऑलमोस्ट सब सेम है। ठीक है, तो मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ। जनरल इंट्रोडक्शन टू बिल्डिंग सर्विसेज। एक मिनट स्क्रीन शेयर कर लेता हूँ। ठीक है, सो व्हाट आर बिल्डिंग सर्विसेज? So basically, they cover all of the type of services which are needed in a building. And why it is important for an architect? Because architect is also designing up the whole building. So you have to take a provision of each of these type of service. Although there are experts of each of the field separately. Okay, like we can see that here we are having energy supply, like the gas, cooking gas basically. The gas here means the cooking gas supply. Okay, then electricity and renewable sources. This thing we will discuss in detail, electricity and renewable sources. By gas, basically both type of facilities should be available, both or any one, either the piped gas supply. In the modern building, piped gas supply is the recent trend, you can say, or the most advanced trend. And the future, it is going to increase. And there are advantages, very big advantages which we are getting through the piped gas supply, which we have above this. Also, there is this cylinder like the LPG cylinder we can see. Okay, but in the future, as per the current trends of the government, in the future the pipe supply is going to increase. Natural gas is available. Even uh, biogas, that is also used for cooking as well. Yeah, although in the building, residential area, biomass availability won't be there. It is very much available near the shelter home, cow shelter home, like गौशाला जैसे होती है ना, गौशाला के अंदर गाय हैं, तो एनिमल जो वेस्ट है, डंग है, वो भी इतना होता है, उसकी हेल्प से ही जो है बायोगैस जो है बना लेते हैं एनारोबिक डाइजेशन से. ओके, so this same gas can be used for cooking as well, for generating electricity as well, for as a power source basically, like CNG. CNG से हम जो है ऑटोमोबाइल्स भी हम चला लेते हैं, कुकिंग के लिए भी यूज़ कर लेते हैं. CNG मतलब थोड़ा PNG की फॉर्म में, पाइप नेचुरल गैस की फॉर्म में. और इन फ्यूचर यही ट्रेंड आगे बढ़ने वाला है. ठीक है, इसमें एडवांटेजेस एक तो बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो LPG की कॉस्ट जो है, कॉस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा जा रही है. वी आर फेसिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम. मेन रीज़न इज़ द इम्पोर्ट, लाइक जो पेट्रोलियम से जो हम प्रोडक्ट्स जो हमें ऑब्टेन करते हैं, क्रूड ऑयल से करते हैं. खैर जो कुछ भी रीज़न है, कोई गवर्नमेंट को ब्लेम कर रहा है, गवर्नमेंट जो है प्रीवियस गवर्नमेंट को ब्लेम कर रही है, खैर जो कुछ भी हो, मेनली हम इसको इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. वी आर नॉट प्रोड्यूसिंग दिस एनर्जी सोर्स, हमारे पास नहीं है तो बहुत लिमिटेड अमाउंट में है, कंजम्पशन बहुत ज़्यादा है. कंजम्पशन ज़्यादा है, अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं है, सो दिस इज़ ए मेजर प्रॉब्लम. सो एक्स्ट्रा बंद कर देता हूँ. So gas supply in the future, cooking gas in the last few years, 3-4 years, almost every household is connected with this cooking gas. अभी तो सिलेंडर की फॉर्म में मतलब मिला है, लेकिन इन फ्यूचर पाइप्ड गैस की फॉर्म में ही हमें अवेलेबल जो है करवाना है। और मोस्ट इजी एंड द बेस्ट ऑप्शन इज द बिल्डिंग्स। रेजिडेंशियल सोसाइटीज हम बनाते हैं उसमें बहुत ईजी रहता है हमारे लिए, पाइपलाइन जो हम यहाँ पे लगाते हैं। इंडिपेंडेंट हाउस में कंपैरेटिवली थोड़ा जो है तो एक्सपेंशन मुश्किल है, लेकिन फ्यूचर में बिल्डिंग्स का ही जो है ज़्यादा ट्रेंड बढ़ने वाला है बिकॉज ऑफ द लैंड अवेलेबिलिटी। क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं है कि हम कितना भी ज़्यादा लैंड जो है एक्वायर कर लें और उसको उसके ऊपर जो है हम हाउसिंग जो है अलॉट कर दें। देयर इज अ लिमिटेशन ऑफ दैट ऑन दैट फैक्टर। आवर टारगेट इज टू फिक्स 1/3 area under forest, but currently it is near about 1/4 which is under forest coverage. So we cannot reduce that. Agricultural land उसको कम नहीं कर सकते. Food requirements for the whole of the population. So buildings, they are the best solution. So many families they can be accommodated with good comfort, all of the necessary services available. And all of these services you are going to study in this building services. तो आपने देखा होगा कि पार्ट्स में आप पढ़ रहे हैं. बिल्डिंग सर्विसेज 1 आपने पहले पढ़ा, that covered one concept, water service and sanitation services, basic needs. No one can be deprived of that from commercial point of view as well as moral point of view. And the development index, that is based on these factors, the basic amenities, how much we are able to provide to our population. There's electricity, another basic requirement. In the recent years, we have seen that almost all of the type of this households are connected through electricity. Electricity itself is a very vast field, like our gas, cooking gas. Electricity is also a very vast field, but we don't have to study everything about it. And luckily, the fuel used for generation of electricity, the main source, that is coal. देखिए बेटा, कोयला से ही जो है मैक्सिमम जनरेशन रहता है इंडिया में, and that is available. Currently, it is available in good quantity, but it won't be available forever. The stock will, it is not unlimited. Currently, it is sufficient for our current needs, but as far as future point of view, we have to search for alternatives. So, यहीं से जो ऑप्शन आता है renewable sources. The renewable sources we have to search. The renewable source is very much common in the case of buildings. That is the solar. So how much energy we are getting from a solar cell and how much cost? Because it should be within a affordable value. ऐसा नहीं है कि सोलर एनर्जी है तो फ्री हमेशा रहेगी हमारे पास कंपेयर टू कोल. सोलर बेस्ड पावर जनरेशन, that is long lasting. Coal reserves won't last as long as solar availability, but the cost, how much we have to pay for that? If it is expensive, then that is not a solution. Customer will not pay for that. The end user, the customer here, he's not bothered from where we are getting this. If it is the source from which we are getting the electricity or getting any type of energy. Okay, solar based energy we can use also for heating, water heating. Okay, so there are other applications except from electricity. Solar energy can be used for other applications as well. Okay, but if it is too expensive, then that is not a solution. Our customers will not opt for this option, and very unluckily, it is expensive. Cost of generating electricity from solar cell, that is expensive as compared with the cost of generating energy by using coal in thermal plants. Okay, but the disadvantages are also there. Disadvantages include, first of all, it is the environmental factor. On burning of coal, pollution, a lot of smoke comes out. So it is not good for environment, and the ashes left after the combustion of coal, that is also another issue. We have to dispose it. Okay, so these type of power plants we cannot install near our buildings. We have to purchase it. Solar panels we can install on the rooftop. Government is giving huge subsidy so as to make it comparable, the cost comparable with these other sources like the thermal, like the hydro. Okay, another advantage is that we can install solar panels on the residential area itself, on the rooftops. So renewable sources, they give some of the advantages. Okay, another thing which comes under electricity, which you have to consider, that is backup power. So what modern societies are doing, the buildings, the residential areas, the office, commercial areas, shopping malls, they are also having their own backup generation system. They all are diesel based. Yes, they all are diesel based generation systems. And what is the main reason for that? Main reason is the transportation. Diesel as a fuel, easily you can transport. The person there, whosoever is the maintenance in charge in our residential society or our commercial area, he can bring diesel. Then diesel engines are there, they are powering the generators, and generators are giving the electricity. So whenever there is a power cut in the main supply from the utility, from the utility means from where we are getting the electricity. Yeah, from state government we are getting, but currently near about 48% of the total power generated in India, that is from the private sector, and very big this commercial organizations, they are in this sector. Adani is one of them. On a huge level, they are generating power. Solar, even the solar power plants are being made by this private players. Airtel is one of them, in partnership somewhere in MP, in Madhya Pradesh. They build up a power plant, solar power plant. Means they installed solar panels there, and the land. So yes, one more thing is the where we can build it. We need huge land space. Solar rooftop installation will not give us so much energy. So agriculture land, no, we cannot use. That is not a good idea. It will create another problem. Forest we cannot use. Reduction in forest, that is another problem. So barren lands which are not fit for cultivation, not fit for forest, nothing is there. Just barren lands are there. Like desert is there, but although desert is also not that much suitable, but such type of lands where there is no protection, no fertility of the soil, only that land we can use here. We can utilize it. Okay, so in a building, you have to give provision for the power backup unit, like the diesel generators. You have to specify some location, and very suitable location. Not anywhere. Those diesel engines, they will emit smoke. So location inside our housing society, or in in any shopping mall, like you have designed a shopping mall. So we cannot place it anywhere. Either on the rooftop, on a shopping mall, you can use it. Else somewhere else, if you have given the space for this diesel engine generators, we call it DG sets, diesel generator set. And this is the current trend, and for some time in the near future, this will be in place. After that, most probably gas-based engines would be used, because rooftop solar panels will not give us sufficient energy to fulfill the whole of the building's electricity needs. So we need these generators, separate generators. Then another thing comes that the perfect location in a housing society as well. You give provision for a park for small kids, some playground. Okay. Religious place, temple, usually you provide in the housing society. So what should be the location of the generator? It should be not be nearby these parks or these gathering spaces. Okay, although they are not creating much noise. Silent generators are there currently with the most advanced generators. They don't make noise. But the smoke emission, that is also one of the factor. Okay, so it needs maintenance as well. So desirable is that we should use renewable sources. One campus is here in the Terry Gram in Gwalpadi area, here on the Gurgaon Expressway. Students coming from the Gurgaon side, they would have seen it, the campus. That is one living application of a green building. They are generating power, but they're not taking power from the utility, from the electricity board. They don't need. They generate their own power, and that is totally on the renewable energy based. Although such type of buildings, initial cost is high. Cost of building, that is high. But as the time goes on, the savings also, it gives savings. It is good for the environment as well. It is good for from economic point of view as well. So the cost can be recovered. So what is there? Like the next concept, heating and air conditioning. So in what is the application there in the Terry? That underground tunnels are there. Okay, so underground tunnel, basically the temperature below earth, that is less. During summers, the temperature above the ground and the below the ground level, that's not the same. The below ground, the temperature is less than the temperature above ground. Okay, so the air inside the tunnel below the ground, that is having a less temperature, that is cool air. And the building, temperature is more. Above the ground, the building temperature is more. So you can, yeah, so that is connected through ventilators, through proper ventilation channel. That underground tunnel is connected with every room. And the hot air, that is light, it will move up. And then cold air, that will come up to replace the empty space. So air is circulating. Cool air, that is circulating inside the rooms, inside the cabins, inside the whole of the university's campus, the Terry University there. The building, inside the building, through every room, the air is circulating. And the temperature, that is maintained through that. So that is an application of passive energy. So it is not like that we need electricity to maintain the temperature through this heating and air conditioning. We can use passive energy as well. Similar cases in the winter season as well. The temperature above ground is very less, and the below underground temperature that is more. So the hot air that is below the ground, through the tunnel, hot air that will come up. Similarly, the circulation will take place. So that is passive energy. Along with that, like this active energy, heating and air conditioning, like what we are seeing in our university. Centralized ACs are there. The air conditioning system is there. Next thing is water drainage and plumbing. Yeah, this thing we have studied in detail in our previous semester. Water supply, another basic need, and drainage. Okay, so water supply first of all. This is the current move of the government after giving cooking gas, electricity in our recent years to almost every citizen in the country. Next time is to provide water, piped water supply. How much we need it, we have studied already that so many type of diseases they spread due to the lack of availability of drinkable water. And how much water is needed, that even some experts, the scientists, they also claim that even 24 hours if a person is not having water, then there's a threat to his life. Whereas food, for even 1 week a person can survive. But without water, even 1 day survival, that is also very difficult. So such is the necessity of the water. Any type of water crisis creates a big problem. We are looking at the situation there in a few states. In a few states only, not all over India. In Delhi also in some area this problem is coming. That water supply is not as good. And everyone is blaming another one. State government is blaming the central government. The central government is blaming the state government. So whatever it is, but ultimately it is a resident who has to suffer. Okay, one more thing is there, like the conservation, because water supply, clean water supply, the availability, that is also not unlimited. In a few years ago, I think in 2015 or 16, the average rainfall that was less. So the situation was turning bad. In rural sectors, mainly farming sector was affected due to this. So then some of the villages, they were able to overcome this problem. And their cases that though they were shared with the other people as well, what they have done. So how they managed to overcome the water crisis, due to lack of rainfall. Okay, like one village, how they dealt with that was the allotment, that how much water should be given to one house. That was fixed. So the village panchayat head, whoever was in charge, he allotted a card similar to ATM card. He allotted a card, and every household will get the water from the supply pipeline. Not individual pipeline was not that pipeline which was given to the individual household, but the one more, the public pipeline, water pipeline. And a fixed amount of water was allocated to every household, not more than that. So equally water was distributed and necessary. How much water is necessary, the basic necessary amount, that was given to every household. So there was no problem like that, a water crisis in that village. So how it was managed? Because of the conservation. They only spent that much of water that was necessary. give more than necessary, then that is wasted. Everywhere it is a problem. Okay, whenever you see, in most of the households we see this situation that if the more than sufficient is available, then that is wasted. So we can control this type of problems. Awareness, we can spread awareness as well. And in case the situation gets worse, then we can take such type of steps to strictly give only that much amount of water available that should be sufficient to meet the basic needs. Okay, then something is also up to the residents as well, to the after the endpoint, that how they are managing. Okay, so basically everything is not up to the administration. It's also up to the discretion of the residents as well. They shall also reduce the wastage, conserve water. Then situations, many situations can be avoided of this water scarcity. Okay, drainage. Okay, we are seeing this problem. Currently, more rainfall, then drainage is a problem. So here our target is only our building, the drainage system of our building. That should be working properly. No water clotting. The highly undesirable situation. From commercial point of view as well, the value of that building will come down. The drainage situation system is not good. That how much amount of water we are using, then there should be proper arrangement that the water should be drained out. The used water that should drain out. Plumbing is linked with that. Same, the water supply and drainage system, plumbing is needed so as to properly manage both of these sectors, water availability and drainage. Both we can control through by providing good plumbing system. Next thing is lighting. Yes, solar panels, the best option for lighting. Okay, but one of the problem with solar panels is that sunlight is not available every time. So we need batteries. Solar panels are there on the rooftop. They are during the daytime. They are generating electricity, and we are uh, charging a battery through that electricity. Not directly we are powering the lamp, because in the daytime we don't need that much amount of lighting. Okay, but during after sunset, that is the main application where we need lighting. Oh, okay, whatever this thing comes under artificial lighting, means we are using electricity. Other sources we don't need, don't use now. The gas-based lamps we are not using now. Electricity, the most energy efficient after natural lighting, the most energy efficient method of lighting which we use. So LEDs are very much used, very energy efficient, consume very less energy and give us a good amount of light. Okay, also economically they are successful. Price is also coming down. Okay, life of the LED lamps, that is also high as we compare it with other type of lamps available. So we can connect the LEDs through the battery, which battery is being charged by the solar panel during daytime, and during night the batteries will power the LEDs. So where do we need it? Households we need it. Yeah, and how much type of lighting we need, how much amount of lighting we need in different sections, for indoor applications, for outdoor applications. Like the staircase, stairs are there, corridor is there in the building. Then outside the building, parking space is there, streets are there. Inside the compound, from main gate we are entering. Outside the main gate, the lighting that is basically not related to the building. Yeah, or we can provide lighting for the nearby area so that we can keep an eye. Our security system, they can keep an eye on the nearby surrounding space. Okay, but inside the building, that is the main concern. That if a person enters from the main gate in our residential area or our commercial area after sunset, then proper lighting should be there to guide him where he has to go. So the path, like the car is coming inside, entering the society, then the path for the car, that should be having a good lighting. Space for gathering, lighting should be there, although that much high amount of light is not needed. We can reduce it. Stairs, corridors, lighting should be there, but not the highest amount of light. We calculate this lighting in the unit is foot candle. We will discuss about it in detail in our coming units. 1 foot candle, basically this is the amount of light available from a candle at a distance of 1 feet. From there this term came to the standards, the feet candle. Okay, so how much foot candle of light, the foot candle of light should be available in which space? So indoor applications, like the living room, or like the study room. Now come to the commercial areas, meeting room, conference room. Look at the hall. Different applications are there, and the different amount of lights can do the job. At the manufacturing area, like our industry, the manufacturing area is there where the production is going on. So proper lighting should be there. So another term, that is natural lighting and building facade. This thing is what you have to deal with. Core concept of an architect. The outer body of the building. Current and future trends. They indicate glass facades. So it is providing a good look as well. So appearance is nice. Another thing, that we can use it for daylighting, like the natural light. Okay, and this thing also affects our air conditioning, heating and air conditioning as well. That how much area is covered by this glass and which type of glass. Okay, some people say that the cost of building that comes down if instead of building walls we use glass covered buildings. But that is not the main advantage. Because of the front wall of a large building, basically, that we can see from outside. The facade that is made up of glass, and yeah, so first thing, that the glass should be strong. Normal, if the glass is weak, then it is not should like a stone is thrown at the building and the whole of the glass breaks down. So they're not cheap type of glasses. So this point that the building cost of the building comes down, that is not the correct reason. the cost is almost the same, because high quality glasses, the cost is also high. So it is not like that instead of wall we are using glasses on the this facade of this outer coupling of the buildings. Okay, one advantage could be that the building time of making the whole building, that comes down. That could be a reason. Yeah, like making a wall, that will take more time than placing the glass. Okay, another advantage is that looks wise it is very nice. Now from the lighting point of view and air conditioning point of view, although this heat resistant glasses are also there, they are expensive, but they are also there. Now here also another point comes, like normal glass, they are creating a greenhouse effect. Inside the building, the temperature will increase as compared to the temperature outside the building. They accumulate heat. Normal glasses, heat resistant glasses won't be accumulating heat, but the cost will be high. So we need more energy for air conditioning to maintain the temperature inside the building. In winters it is okay, but in summers this will be a big problem. Now here one more thing comes, that what is the purpose of the building? If a company that is using a building, or it has built up a building, okay, for their own office, like big companies, okay, like software companies are there, many type of big industries are there, they are using that building. So if they are constructing the building for their own use, that time they will consider all these points, like the quality of the glasses, which is the best quality glass, heat resistant, which will not increase the temperature of the building. They will consider all of these points because they will gain from this. But other and these considerations, that if it is a residential society and the builder that will construct the building and sell it to other residents, to the customers, and then his job is over, then he will not bother for that much. He will try to save from that. The construction, he can use this another type of materials, cheap or economical type of materials, because he is not going to stay there in that building. So this could be one factor, that which type of material is being used. Okay, but we consider that our approach should be that the best quality of material should be available. So natural lighting comes from that point. Glass covering there, the facade of the building, that is glass, made of glass. So a good amount of light is coming. Here the orientation of building is also one consideration here. If the face of the building is toward the east, then more amount of sunlight will be there. Heat will also be there. So north and south facing buildings, they become a better option in this case. Okay, but anyways, when natural light is coming, the sunlight is coming due to this glass covering. So this gives us a additional benefit. Then we don't need that much amount of artificial lighting. Look is also nice, and energy consumed during lighting, that is less. Yeah, after sunset we need artificial lights, electric lamps we have to use. Okay, so that is daylighting. We can use daylighting as well. And in case of that is the case with natural lightings. Now escalators and lifts. Yes, up to 2-3 floors in the building, not a necessity of the lift there, that is not a necessity. But more than 3, 4, 5 floors in the building, and even more, up to 10, 15, as many floors are there, then lift becomes necessary. So many floors without lift, that is that commercial or that building actually, that will not be the best option. Okay, commercial areas, even 1 floor, 2 floor, they also install lifts there. Okay, like the shopping malls, you can see 2 or 3 floors are there, but they will always use lift there. Escalators will be there. Residential areas, okay, initially many residential areas up to 2 or 3 floors won't be having a lift. Okay, let me give you a practical case here. A housing society built in 90s and early 2000s century. Okay. That time 3 or 4 floors there in Delhi, in the northern Delhi, the lift was not mandatory. So they were not using lift. So simple stairs were there. Now the people who came to that who purchased the apartments in those buildings. Now time is changed. Now they are senior citizens. Their age is 10 years, 20 years more. Now going up by stairs. Now they are facing difficulty, especially the person who is living on the second, third floor. Ground floor, okay, that person will not consider, will not be facing this problem. First floor, okay, he can also manage. Second floor, they are second and third floor, they are suffering. So this is a factor, practical cases that we have to consider the future situation as well, like the parking problem, you can say. Okay, like parking problem, I mean, earlier times, 20 years ago, this was not a big problem, parking. But now, special space has to be given to parking, underground parking. We have to give it. Multi-level parkings are there in commercial areas. Near metro station, we can see parking is a big problem. So multi-level parking they built. In the news, it was shown there in the Banaras, the city there in Uttar Pradesh, the Prime Minister, there also multi-level parking is built there. They developed the area of Banaras, Varanasi, the area. Because that is also one problem. You have to provide proper space, sufficient space, and also considering the future trends as well. In the future, so multi-level parking is a good solution for that. Okay, some designings are also there, like one lift, it cannot go up to a very high, large number of floors. Then we need to discontinue. One lift is up to this number of floors, then change the lift, another lift will go up to that. Okay, because one factor is that the ropes, the weight of those ropes which are pulling, not a simple rope, they are metallic cables which are pulling the lift up and down. The weight of these cables, that also increases with the higher the length of the building, or the height of the building, sorry. So one single lift from first floor to up to many story buildings. This is only for the many story buildings. And this also becomes one of the big factor. High amount of energy is required to operate that amount of that lift. Okay, so we discontinue that for this number of for 20 for 0 1 to 20. Use one lift, then change. Another lift is coming from 20 to 40. Like this one, we can break it. Continuous one lift from ground floor to 40, 50 floors. That will consume more energy then. Okay, then ventilation, refrigeration. Okay, well, this thing ventilation, that is almost same as in the I covered in the natural passive air conditioning concept. Refrigeration, okay, that is some type of domestic problem, except for some other type of applications or the commercial areas where we need this cold storage type of a room. We need to store this food grains or some perishable items which need less temperature. Okay, like we can see some of the milk booths. There one small room that is you having this facility of refrigeration. So the milk products, they are kept inside that room. Communication line, telephone, okay, IT networks. Currently, these things are the mobile communication that is covering. Yeah, one thing which we can use here is the CCTV surveillance system. Okay, like in the guard control room, CCTV we have installed in almost all of the modern buildings, whether residential, whether commercial, CCTVs are there. So there we need this type of application for the security purposes as well, monitoring purposes. Okay, also some other type of security like type of service, we can use it. Also some mobile app are also coming, like the MyGate app is there. Every resident in a society, they have installed this MyGate app. So whenever a person is entering, the guard sitting at the gate there, he will take his credentials. Then through this app, the person whom he has to meet, he will get a notification on his mobile that a person is entering. He needs entry permission into your society. So is it from your side? So these type of features we can use. In earlier time, there was intercom landline, but nowadays these things, although they are still there in many buildings. Okay, but in the future trend, it seems that these type of mobile apps, the smart mobile apps, they will be having a more usage. Okay, then alarm system. Okay, anything unusual goes, then alarm system should be there. One such type is the fire detection and protection system. Fire. Okay, I will cover this topic. Okay, so brief summary here: mechanical and electrical systems in the building. Okay, so here modern buildings are built to create better, consistent, and productive environments in which to work. Yes, means commercial, and live means residential. So buildings are used in both commercial areas as well as the residential areas. So buildings must be designed with features, yes, to provide better lighting. Lighting should be sufficient. Lack of lighting, that is highly undesirable. Yes, comfortable space, temperature, humidity, and air quality. So under mechanical, these conditions come. Lighting comes under the electrical systems in the building, and this temperature, humidity, and air quality. Basically, the air conditioning services which we are having in the building, they deal with all these situations. So it comes under mechanical system in the building. Convenient power and communication capability. Power means both. The power which we are getting from the utility, like from an electricity board we are getting, and we are paying for it. One more advantage here is that power availability is also good, because the cases of theft, power theft, they are very less in this type of buildings installations. Then another thing is that the power backup which we are using. Okay, so power backup, basically we say that we are having two systems. So these household, the buildings, basically two type of cost you have to bear. The residents, they have to bear two type of a cost for the power. First of all, from the utility, and when the utility is power from the utility, that is not coming, then the power backup, local power backup system. So usually they are having 2 meters, energy meter, which give a measure that how much energy is being consumed. And in the future trend, it is the prepaid energy meter, which is going to take over. Prepaid means already you have to pay for that, like for a mobile. You recharge your mobile and then you talk, and when the amount, when the recharge plan that is over, then the services of the mobile cell phone company, they will stop. Okay, and similarly is the case with the smart energy meters. So in the future this thing is going to increase because the chances of theft, they are minimum with the smart meters. Okay, communication capability are same, which I gave the example of having landline, intercom landlines. Okay, then high quality sanitation, yes, very desirable. We already studied there in our previous semester. Different type of advantages. Along with the high voltage sanitization is giving a high pleasant environment, as well as it is giving this what shall I say? Yes, the value of the property, like a commercial area, sanitization is good. That high visitors will be there. Okay, that is the backbone of any commercial building. Similarly, it is the case with the residential as well. Sanitization facilities are good. Then value of the property is also high, and living conditions are nice. And another thing comes from the medical point of view, that diseases, spread of diseases, that is not there. Okay, then reliable system for the protection of life and property. Yes, these are the saving system, like the fire protection system. So proper arrangement should be there, not like that in case if fire breaks out. That is why stairs is there, stairs exit is there, because in fire lifts we don't use these lifts. We come out usually by stairs. Maybe it won't be working. Okay, so all of these features which you have studied, yeah, lighting, air conditioning, communication, power, electricity availability, sanitation, and protection. Protection specifically it is from the fire. Okay, from the theft or any such type of protection, then we need manual surveillance. Yeah, but this system, this technology can help the people in the security services. Okay, like the guards who are keeping a surveillance on the society, who are in the security, who are providing the security as well. If CCTV is available, then very easily they can monitor the whole of the society. Just a minute. Okay, so all of these features, okay, we have to incorporate in our building. So we can see that they are having different. Just a minute, let me see. A student is there. जस्ट अ मिनट, एक मिनट, एक बेटा का एग्ज़ाम भी है, उसका भी कंडक्ट करवाना है साथ में, एक मिनट रुको। So okay, so let me proceed here. Okay, so where there is not sufficient provision for windows, just like one example is the block type buildings is the stores, departmental stores. It is closed. Okay, so there we need totally this.
Sir,
हेलो हाँ बोलो.
sir, there is nothing on the screen, sir.
अच्छा मैं शेयर करता हूँ.
Yes.
हाँ. Okay, so buildings like this departmental store, like all that. So there we totally need this air conditioning and lighting, okay, ventilation, everything. Okay, ventilation basically comes in the air conditioning as well. It is circulating the air conditioning it. Okay, so there this thing even come. Okay, another thing, high rise building. ठीक है, ज़्यादा फ्लोर्स बहुत ज़्यादा हैं जिसमें, with many number of floors. Their vertical transportation, that is an important factor. So lift and elevators and escalators, all of these type of arrangements, that is very important. So well, okay, I covered it mainly under this lift section. Yes, one more thing is a pressure for drinking water, cleaning purposes. Okay, this thing also make a big difference. Okay, pump water from the underground storage up there to the rooftop storage. So these arrangements have to be taken care of. And energy requirement, ठीक है, बट एनर्जी बहुत चाहिए होती है हमें. पानी जो है नीचे ग्राउंड फ्लोर मतलब बेसमेंट में वहाँ पे स्टोर होता है वाटर रिजर्वायर, फिर इसको लेके ऊपर पहुँचाना होता है. तो यहाँ पे जो एनर्जी रिक्वायरमेंट है ये इस केस में जो है बड़ा फैक्टर बन जाता है. ठीक है, अभी ये जो हम फायर सिस्टम पढ़ेंगे इसके आगे, फायर प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम. इन फायर प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम ऑल्सो द चैनल availability of water with that specific amount of pressure, that is also needed. Okay, then the mechanical electrical system impact on building. Okay, so during planning, proper space the area for floor and ceiling, that should be given. Yeah, now some specific cases, like where we are using, which type of building we are designing. Okay, like the hospital, research centers. That is very much different than normal buildings, normal office, and this a research center. That has to be designed. The designing of this type of special type of buildings, that is very different. अभी जैसे इसका केस आ रहा है कि कह रहे हैं कोरोना की मेडिसिन जो है, वैक्सीन जो बन रही है, उसकी प्रोडक्शन बढ़ा नहीं रहे हैं, बहुत मुश्किल आ रही है। तो प्रॉब्लम मेनली यही आ रही है कि जो लैब होती है, जो वायरोलॉजी वाली लैब है, उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा जो है रिक्वायरमेंट बहुत ज़्यादा होती है उसकी। तो वायरस की वैक्सीन जो है वो ऐसे हर जगह नहीं बनाते हैं, ठीक है। तो ऐसे हॉस्पिटल also we are looking different type of wards, different section, and which section is for which type of treatment, which type of patients will be visiting there. So they need total different type of like the X-ray department, that is separate. One more thing is the psychiatric department, that is usually also separate. Okay, then the eye department, that does not need that much high amount of isolation as compared with the radiology department. So these type of special type of buildings. Okay, that have to be designed according to the function or the use of the building, कि हमें करना क्या है उसके अंदर, उस हिसाब से हम उसको डिजाइन करते हैं. The increase in energy consumption. So main, like an industrialized country, India is also becoming industrialized country now. So about 50% of the electricity consumption, that is in this type of buildings. So building means different type of buildings, residential as well as commercial. So commercial here, malls are also there, and the industries are also there. Okay, so accounts for large portion of the operating cost of such buildings. Coming आगे चलते हैं अभी इसमें. हाँ, complexity. Complexity मीन्स हमें कितना कुछ उसके अंदर लगाना है, सिस्टम क्या क्या हमें लगाने हैं. मैनुअल और ऑटोमेशन. मैनुअल मीन्स एवरीथिंग हैज टू बी परफॉर्म्ड मैनुअली, मीन्स एवरीथिंग okay. So complexity means that how, which type of system we are going to install. ठीक है, जैसे अभी कैंपस है, कैंपस में लाइब्रेरी है, वहाँ आपने देखा है कि वहाँ जहाँ पे जैसे आप जाओगे तो लाइट ऑन हो जाएंगी अपने आप आके. ठीक है, सो दैट इज ऑटोमेशन. व्हाट इज ऑटोमेशन मीन्स दैट the reduced or removed human intervention, the function can be performed. For higher living standards, the automation level is introduced there. But this is also a local factor. ऐसा नहीं कि हर जगह automation हम लगा दें, हर चीज़ automatically हो जाए. That is also not the most desirable option, especially in India. Where we are using it, we see the area, the basic conditions, the local scenario. Okay, like in the European countries, manpower is very less. So they need automation. For them, the manpower is more expensive. देखे ना बाहर के देशों में कहते हैं कि घरों में जो ये हाउसकीपिंग मतलब जो सर्वेंट्स होते हैं वो नहीं मिलते हैं, बहुत महंगे होते हैं। तो बहुत जो बड़े लोग हैं वहाँ के, बहुत बड़े पैसे वाले, उनके पास ही बस होते हैं सर्वेंट या नौकर हैं घर में। इंडिया में तो कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, एक बार बोल दो कि सर्वेंट चाहिए, इतने आके खड़े हो जाएंगे कि हाँ हम काम कर देंगे, बिकॉज हियर मैन पावर इज इन सरप्लस. So that is why it is cheap. Manpower is very cheap here. So here using technology, automation, that will be expensive. So we have to make a balance between both of them. Okay, use automation where it is needed, like the fire protection system. Manually, no. That should be automated. Because here the risk to life is there, risk to the property is there. Okay, then climatic conditions. Here one example we can see that air conditioner like that. We set a temperature this much. Automatically it is maintaining the temperature of that room. Okay, depending on the local climatic condition, it can maintain the situation inside the room. Very much desirable. Okay, then occupancy, quality. How many people are there inside the building? Okay, now coming ahead now. Okay, so mechanical and electrical systems. How to classify it? एक मिनट पहले आपकी अटेंडेंस भी देख लूँ, मैं ली नहीं थी मैंने. 9 स्टूडेंट्स लिख लेता हूँ. एक्चुअली ये जो आपका ERP है जिसमें अटेंडेंस हम मार्क करते हैं, इसमें नया फीचर एक ये हो गया है कि जो अप्रूव्ड है उसी के आगे लगेगी अटेंडेंस. ये अभी इस बार से हुआ है, नहीं तो उसके आगे वो टैब जो एनेबल नहीं रहेगा वो क्लिक करने का, जो अटेंडेंस पे हम क्लिक करते हैं. चलिए कोई नहीं, खैर मैं लिख के अपने रिकॉर्ड में रख लेता हूँ.
सर एक बार चेक करके बता दीजिए कौन कौन अप्रूव हुआ है.
अच्छा मैं, हाँ चलो मैं एक मिनट मैं स्क्रीन डिस्प्ले में लगा देता हूँ अपना ERP का.
यस सर.
तो मैं अलग से अपना रिकॉर्ड में लिख के रख लूँगा, जिनका लेट होगा अप्रूवल उनकी फिर आगे लगा दूँगा.
यस सर.
एक मिनट रुको जरा. नहीं अभी तो किसी को नहीं किया, पेंडिंग में ही है सब पूरी क्लास में. 9 स्टूडेंट्स है ना. हाँ, इसमें पहले यहाँ पे हम लगा लेते थे, इधर क्लिक करते थे, तो इस बार से ना इसमें चेंज कर दिया है. हाँ, जैसे यहाँ हो रहा है ना, ये इधर नहीं आ रहा है, इनेबल नहीं होता ये. चलो कोई नहीं, मैं लिख के रख लेता हूँ.
यस.
वैसे भी सारे ही आए हैं ना बच्चे, तो ठीक है फिर. एक मिनट मेल पे भी रख लेता हूँ क्योंकि आगे ज़रूरत पड़ेगी तो मेल में इजीली सर्च हो जाता है. हाँ चलिए आगे बढ़ता हूँ इसमें. स्क्रीन शेयर कर दूँ. क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ मैकेनिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल सिस्टम्स. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैकेनिकल में हीटिंग, वेंटिलेशन and air conditioning system. So almost present in every buildings. Currently centralized ACs are also used. Residential maybe everywhere centralized is not used, but in commercial, almost all of the commercial buildings, centralized ACs we are using. Also this is a big amount of this cost. Cost is also very high. The electricity charges which we have to pay, that is also high for that. Along with that, another charge is from the power backup, from the DG sets which are used also there in along with this normal power from the utility supply. So means two type of power availability is there. First is the normal power that is available from the utility. Like the electricity board, state electricity board is there, they are providing the electricity here. That is available. In case of a power cut, then the backup. Power backup, we need DG sets. Only DG sets are used as of today. Because spacing is not that much that we can use solar. Okay, neither any type of gas operated. These engines, they are not currently used here. Okay, so next thing is site utility. Basic services, water supply, drainage, sanitary disposal, and gas supply. All of them mandatory for every type of society. Okay, centralized AC could not be there for a residential area. Individually, people are using, like in one apartment, one needs air conditioning in one room, so they are using it. Individually, they are using this. But these basic supplies, water supply, drainage, sanitary, and gas. Well, gas supply, generally it is written gas supply, but you take it as for a piped gas supply. Means the gas pipeline is there, available there. This is also one of the basic amenity which is being provided, and in most probably in the buildings. Again, we have studied about it in detail, so not going further here. Yes, plumbing facility, okay. Similarly, water distribution, water treatment, sanitary facilities. Plumbing is controlling everything. Where do we need water? how much water we need, so that comes under this plumbing. Okay, then fire protection. Fire protection, one of the big this consideration for protection in all of the buildings. You can say in all of the buildings we are having it. Residential also we need fire protection. Commercial also we need fire protection. So standards are there. Regular maintenance has to be taken. कैंपस इन कैंपस आपने यहाँ देखा होगा कि छोटे जो फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर के सिलेंडर्स हैं वो लगे रहते हैं कुछ कुछ एरिया पे. सो रीज़न इज़ द सेम फॉर द सेफ्टी. हालांकि यूज़ नहीं हुए हैं वो कभी अब तक, बट वी हैव टू प्रोवाइड. यहाँ तो लिफ्ट नहीं है वैसे, लेकिन एक्सेप्ट फ्रॉम लिफ्ट. Okay, except from lift, we need this stairs like a fire exit. Look at immediate and automated water dispensing system. देखा ना जैसे फायर अलार्म बजता है एकदम से और एकदम से पानी जो है गिरना शुरू हो जाता है शावर की तरह, जैसे टाइप से छोटे अरेंजमेंट लगे होते हैं. दैट इज ऑटोमेटेड. एंड वन मोर रिस्क इज विद HVAC सिस्टम. चाहे सेंट्रलाइज AC होते हैं या इस तरह का सिस्टम होता है, वहाँ फायर भी एकदम से फैल जाती है क्योंकि उसमें वो कनेक्शन बना होता है थ्रू AC. सेंट्रलाइज AC का सिस्टम होता है, एकदम बढ़ती है उसमें बिल्डिंग में. वहाँ पे रिस्पॉन्स हमें बहुत फास्ट चाहिए. मैनुअल इसलिए हम बिल्कुल नहीं करते हैं, इसको ऑटोमेटेड रखते हैं. जैसे ही सेंसर के पास सिग्नल आया एकदम से जो है ये जो है सिस्टम एक्टिवेट हो जाएगा हमारा. फायर प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम है. स्पेशल सिस्टम्स तो किसी लोकल सिनेरियो के ऊपर है कि लोकली वहाँ पे किस तरह के फैक्टर्स हैं, क्या क्या सिचुएशन है. ओके, इलेक्ट्रिकल पावर, हाँ, नॉर्मल पावर मीन्स वी आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम द यूटिलिटी. स्टैंड बाई एंड एमरजेंसी, दिस वी हैव टू इंस्टॉल एज पर आवर रिक्वायरमेंट. किसी एरिया में ऐसा है कि पावर कट नहीं लगता तो वहाँ इतना बड़ा कोई कंसिड्रेशन नहीं है. ओके, लेकिन दूसरा एरिया जहाँ पे पावर शॉर्टेज है या बीच में कुछ टाइम के लिए कट लगता है तो उस एरिया में स्टैंड बाई पावर सप्लाई हमें लगानी होती है. हाँ, कई जगह तो इसके ऊपर भी होता है कि हु इज़ यूजिंग इट. कमर्शियल एरिया में हर जगह लगाते हैं. शॉपिंग मॉल में ऐसा कहीं नहीं है कि लाइट गई और बंद हो गया सारा कुछ. ठीक है, लेकिन रेजिडेंशियल में हो सकता है. अब कोई कई सोसाइटीज़ हैं ऐसी कोऑपरेटिव हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज़ की तरह. प्राइवेट जो बिल्डर्स जहाँ पे बिल्ड कर रहे हैं वो तो सब लगा के रखते हैं स्टैंड बाई जो है पावर जनरेशन. अब दिल्ली में जैसे पुरानी सोसाइटीज़ हैं वहाँ पे पावर की नहीं है प्रॉब्लम, यूजुअली रहती है हर जगह. तो वहाँ पे लोग इतना नहीं करते हैं फिर, क्योंकि सबको पे करना होता है. और तो इतनी बड़ी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है तो फिर लोग इतना फिर इकट्ठा नहीं करेंगे, पैसा देंगे नहीं. ठीक है, एक प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम ये भी आ जाती है कि इनिशियली क्या चीज़ है. अब जैसे कुछ मैं आपको एग्जांपल दे रहा था, पुरानी जो बिल्डिंग्स हैं हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज़ हैं दिल्ली में काफ़ी पहले से स्टार्ट हो गया था. इन्होंने गवर्नमेंट ने जो है स्पेस एलोकेशन शुरू कर दिया था 20-30 ईयर्स अगो. मतलब कोऑपरेटिव ग्रुप हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज़ अपना बना लेते थे लोग, तो आपस में इकट्ठे होते थे, अपना रजिस्टर करवा लिया, एक जो है उनका वो बन गया, तो सेक्रेटरी एक प्रेसिडेंट हो गया. उन्होंने जो है कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया और बिल्डर्स ने जो है तैयार कर दी बिल्डिंग. तो 3 या 4 फ्लोर तक की नॉर्मली रही है, उसमें लिफ्ट भी कंपल्सन नहीं थी. अब जिनका मैं बता रहा था उस टाइम में एज कम रही होगी उनकी, अब जो है वो एज ज़्यादा हो गई, अब उनके लिए स्टेयर्स चढ़ना मुश्किल होने लगा है लोगों के लिए. अब लिफ्ट उस टाइम में नहीं लगाई है, अब लिफ्ट लगेगी तो अब सब में अमाउंट डिवाइड होगा कि हर रेजिडेंट इतना इतना अमाउंट देगा तो हम लिफ्ट की सर्विस लगाएंगे उसमें. अब ग्राउंड फ्लोर वाला तो मना करेगा, उसे ज़रूरत ही नहीं है, उसे लिफ्ट की ज़रूरत है. तो इसी तरह से फर्स्ट फ्लोर वाला हो सकता है एडजस्ट कर ले कि भाई ऐसा कुछ नहीं है प्रॉब्लम मेरे साथ में. सेकंड फ्लोर वाले को प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, थर्ड वाले को हो रही है, अब वो कहेंगे भाई लिफ्ट लगाओ. तो ये मतलब प्रैक्टिकल कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी आ जाती हैं कि इनिशियली अगर नई जो सोसाइटीज़ बन रही है उनमें पहले से लिफ्ट लगी हुई हैं, तो अब जो आएगा वो तो उसी हिसाब से आएगा, तो उसमें ये सिचुएशन फेस नहीं करनी है. इन फ्यूचर मोस्ट प्रोबेबली लिफ्ट्स लगी हुई मिलेंगी अब आपको आगे, ठीक है। लेकिन ये कुछ प्रैक्टिकल केसेस आते हैं। पावर बैकअप का भी इसी तरह का ही है। दिल्ली में बहुत कम ही जो है पावर कट का कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, तो वहाँ पे पावर बैकअप हम रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है। लेकिन कई जगह है, जैसे फरीदाबाद में, गुड़गांव में, मतलब ये सोसाइटीज़ हैं और अच्छी बनी हुई हैं, लेकिन वहाँ पे कुछ कुछ टाइम के लिए कट लग जाता है, लाइट जाती है बीच में, तो वहाँ पे जो है ये यूनिट रहती है। इधर यूपी की साइड है, नोएडा गाजियाबाद में जो है सोसाइटीज़ हैं, तो उन सब ने जो है तैयार करा हुआ है पावर बैकअप। 2 मीटर यूज़ करते हैं इसके लिए। नॉर्मल मीटर है, उसमें जो है मतलब जो पावर उसका सेक्टर का, यूजुअली इसमें रेट्स कम होते हैं। ये जो अपना इनका ये मीटर अलग होता है सोसाइटी का, तो यहाँ के जो जनरेटर से जो बिजली जितना आप कंज्यूम करोगे उसके अकॉर्डिंग चार्जेस उसमें पे करने हैं, उसके यूजुअली ज़्यादा होते हैं कि पूरी कॉस्ट रिकवर करनी होती है ना उसमें, कॉस्ट फ्रॉम जनरेटर देन अदर डिवाइसेस, कुछ स्विचिंग डिवाइसेस, कि यहाँ से लाइट जाते ही इधर से स्टार्ट हो जाए। जैसे हमारे कैंपस में एक बार हम यहाँ के बता रहे थे, जो पूरा इनका स्कूल्स हैं, ये मानव रचना के स्कूल प्लस दिस यूनिवर्सिटी कैंपस, नियर अबाउट 1 करोड़ पर मंथ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का बिल है इन समर्स। विंटर्स ओके, विंटर्स में ज़रूरत नहीं है, एसीज वगैरह का लोड कम होता है, बट समर टाइम में तो रहते हैं सारे, जो सारे डिवाइसेस जो हैं, सारे एयर कंडीशनिंग सब चलता है, तो इतना जो है इनको पे करना होता है इसको, ये हरियाणा जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड को। इसके बाद में जो ये पावर बैकअप का यहाँ पे लगा हुआ है हमारे कैंपस में, जो हॉस्टल है उसके पास जो बैक साइड में लगा है, उसका कॉस्ट भी जो है फिर हमें इसके ऊपर है, जो बेयर करना है। जितना टाइम वो जनरेटर्स चलेंगे, डीजल जितना कंज्यूम होगा। कुछ फैक्टर्स और आते हैं, डेप्रिशिएशन, जो भी इक्विपमेंट आप इंस्टॉल कर रहे हैं, प्रेजेंट वैल्यू वट एवर इट इज़, then we consider yearly depreciation charges, because of this quality or the net value, the worth of that equipment, that is depreciating. हाँ, हर जगह एप्लीकेबल नहीं है, मतलब कुछ और फैक्टर्स हैं, जैसे कि अब जैसे नई नई चीज़ आप खरीदते हैं, फिर पुरानी हो जाती है, सेकंड हैंड होती है, तो उसकी वैल्यू कम हो जाती है, कम में बिकती है। इंश्योरेंस भी करवाते हैं, नई कार का करवाएंगे तो ज़्यादा में होगा, पुरानी होगी तो उसकी इंश्योरेंस वैल्यू प्रीमियम कम हो जाता है, बिकॉज द इंश्योर्ड अमाउंट दैट इज डिक्रीजिंग ड्यू टू दिस डेप्रिसिएशन। तो ये भी एक तरह का कॉस्ट होता है जो हमें रिकवर करना होता है। तो अब जो भी आप पावर बैकअप आपने सोसाइटी डिज़ाइन करा है, कोई बिल्डिंग डिज़ाइन की है, उसके अंदर पावर बैकअप है, तो इनिशियली जितना वो पैसा उसमें लगा है, धीरे धीरे उसकी वैल्यू कम होती जा रही है। जनरेटर आज इतने का मिला है, कल उसकी वैल्यू इतनी नहीं रहेगी, कम हो जाएगी इन फ्यूचर, पुरानी चीज़ होगी ना, तो वो पर यूनिट यू हैव टू रिकवर इन द पर यूनिट cost of the electricity, like 1 unit of electricity, that is this much rupees, so it is including that cost. Depreciation charges, it is including the initial setup, like it will work for 10 years, so in 10 years you have to recover the full amount, so its capacity is about this much units per day, and multiply it by this, take the average for 10 years, then make the charge for 1 unit this much amount. This is also one calculation work very high. Okay, lighting, interior, exterior, and emergency. Whole of the 3 considerations you have to take. You cannot compromise on this lighting. Quality reasons, then another thing is security reasons, to avoid mishap. Okay, that is one of the main security reason. Or theft or any type of unlawful activity that should not take place inside that commercial your building. Okay, then some auxiliary services, telephone, video, sound. Okay, security system. चलिए तो डिस्कस कर लिया खैर हमने, आगे देखते हैं। Okay, then transportation systems, elevator, lift. Okay, we have discussed it. Processing, product, food, surface. These are applicable only for mainly for this commercial establishments. Automation. Yes, automation means what? Basically, we are doing this job. Automation means, auto means self, mission means moving. So our system, which is functioning automatically without human intervention, or reduce human intervention for high standard buildings, and more specifically commercial, residential, okay, up to some level. देखिए ज़्यादातर इतना हाई लेवल कुछ होता है लग्जरी अपार्टमेंट्स जैसे हो गए, उसमें ऑटोमेशन रहता है, लाइटिंग्स के लिए कर लेंगे और सर्विसेज के लिए भी करेंगे खैर, लेकिन एक्सेप्ट फ्रॉम दिस लग्जरी अपार्टमेंट्स, middle class type of apartments, their automation is not used that, not in a high level. इमरजेंसी सर्विसेज में यूज़ करिए, जैसे फायर फाइटिंग सिस्टम में ऑटोमेशन आप यूज़ करिए, अपने आप ही ये काम कर जाए, वो आदमी की ज़रूरत ना पड़े। लेकिन बाकी जो हैं ये अपार्टमेंट्स हैं जैसे एक्सेप्ट लग्जरी अपार्टमेंट्स, वहाँ इतना इनका यूज़ नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन इसमें करते हैं हम कमर्शियल एरियाज़ में, शॉपिंग मॉल्स में ऑटोमेशन रहता है, ठीक है। इसके बाद में कमर्शियल एरियाज़ में भी कई जगह हम करते हैं, हर इंडस्ट्री में नहीं करते हैं, पर जो मेनली जो बड़ी इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर जाइंट्स, many software giants are there, so they are using this automation, मतलब उनके सारे सिस्टम ऑटोमेटिकली चलते हैं वहाँ पे, मतलब मैनुअल इंटरवेंशन नहीं रहता उसमें ज़्यादा। चलिए आगे देखते हैं अब। मैकेनिकल सिस्टम, ये तो चलिए तो डिस्कस कर लिए सारे पॉइंट्स। वन पॉइंट इज दैट नॉट ऑल बिल्डिंग्स रिक्वायर ऑल सर्विसेज, मतलब इट्स अप टू द standard, you can say standard of the building. Luxury apartment, there many services are added, but in case of other apartments, these things we don't need. Electrical system, okay, we have discussed. Power system, okay, we have discussed here. Normal, then emergency, but backup, on-floor distribution, everything is related with the emergency. Yes. Lighting system, okay, also we have discussed. Incandescent lamp, the ancient very old type of lamp, ये बल्ब होते थे जिसमें फिलामेंट होता था, इनकैंडिसेंट लैम्प बोलते थे उनको। फ्लोरेसेंट लाइक द ट्यूब लाइट, दैट इज फ्लोरेसेंट लैम्प, और CFL, that is also fluorescent lamp, compact fluorescent lamp, CFL, so similar to tube light, that is compact. High intensity discharge lamps, usually we use it in this public places like street lighting, the sodium lamp is there, but currently LED is gaining more popularity there. The main advantage which LED offers is the low power requirement, बहुत कम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी लेता है LED जो है उतनी लाइट हमें देने के लिए, तो फ्यूचर में यही बढ़ने वाला है आगे। हाँ, एक ये फैक्टर है लाइटिंग लेवल्स, ये चीज़ आपको देखनी होगी कि कितनी लाइटिंग हमें कहाँ होनी चाहिए। ऑफिस के अंदर जैसे कमर्शियल आपने कोई डिज़ाइन करेंगे कमर्शियल एरिया, तो जहाँ पे ऑफिस है, जहाँ ये पेपर वर्क हो रहा है, वहाँ पे लाइटिंग मैक्सिमम रखते हैं, 50 फीट कैंडल हम यूनिट उसमें रखते हैं। लेकिन जहाँ जहाँ पे स्टेयर्स में, कॉरिडोर्स में, वहाँ हमारा मेन जो है कंसिडरेशन ये नहीं रहता है, हाई लेवल की हमें ज़रूरत भी नहीं पड़ती है। स्ट्रीट लाइटिंग में क्वालिटी की इतनी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है। ये जो सोडियम लैंप होते थे येलो कलर के, जो पहले स्ट्रीट लाइट्स में यूज़ होते थे, अब भी हैं खैर, लेकिन अब आगे LEDs ही बढ़ने वाले हैं, तो इसमें कलर रेंडरिंग बहुत ज़्यादा होती थी, कलर बहुत फ़र्क दिखते थे स्ट्रीट लाइट के अंदर, क्योंकि वी डोंट नीड दैट मच ऑफ क्वालिटी, बिकॉज आवर प्रायोरिटी इज़ ओनली टू इल्यूमिनेट द पाथ, कि सड़क हमें ठीक ठीक दिखे, बस रास्ता क्लियर रहे एकदम से। सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द लोकल फैक्टर्स दैट विच, खैर ये चीज़ हम डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे आगे, एग्जिट लाइटिंग और एक्सटीरियर लाइटिंग या मार्क। मेरे ख्याल से चलिए ज़रूरी चीज़ें हो गई ना, ऑक्सिलरी सिस्टम ये भी हमने डिस्कस कर लिया है।
सर
हाँ
सर एक चीज पूछनी है।
हाँ बोलो।
सर जो रोड्स पे जो आपने बोला जो LED लैंप्स लगे होते हैं, तो वो कितने मीटर की रेंज में लगे होते हैं?
हाँ, नियर अबाउट, ये जो सोडियम है ये नियर अबाउट 30 मीटर की रेंज में रखते हैं।
हाँ, मतलब हर
ज़्यादा,
30 मीटर के बाद एक लैंप।
हाँ, प्रैक्टिस ये रहती है कि ओवरलैपिंग हो जाए, मतलब इसके बाद अगला इसलिए लगा देते हैं, ज़्यादा दूरी पे लगाएंगे ना तो ऐसा चांस होता है कि बीच में स्पॉट ऐसे आने लगते हैं, ब्लाइंड स्पॉट आने लगते हैं, क्या होता है लाइट ना रहे। तो हमारी कोशिश ये होती है कि मतलब ओवरऑल रहे इल्यूमिनेशन। बस वहाँ ये रहता है कि क्वालिटी हम इतना नहीं देखते हैं। पहले तो स्ट्रीट लाइट अब भी हैं खैर, जो येलो कलर के जो लैंप होते हैं ना, सोडियम लैंप होते हैं जो स्ट्रीट लाइट्स में, ये कलर बहुत मतलब ख़राब दिखते हैं इसमें, बहुत बदले हुए लगते हैं। बस ये एक डिफरेंस आ जाता है इसमें, क्योंकि
और
हमारी
एलईडी? यस सर।
हाँ एलईडी इल्यूमिनेशन लेवल सेम होता है, उतनी लाइट एलईडी भी देगा, लेकिन एलईडी पावर कम लेता है, वॉट बहुत कम लेगा। अभी 100 वाट का पहले एक बल्ब आता था इनकैंडिसेंट, जिसमें फिलामेंट होता था,
यस
100
सर।
वाट लेता था वो इनपुट। अभी एलईडी आता है नियर अबाउट 8 या 9 वाट का होता है। तो मतलब एलईडी 10 जल जाएंगे, उतनी ही पावर लेंगे। रोशनी हमें एक एलईडी से उतनी मिल रही है जितनी एक वो फिलामेंट वाले बल्ब से मिल रही है 100 वाट के से, और
यस
1/10 पावर कंज्यूम कर रहा है। तो ये इसमें एडवांटेज मिलता है हमें कि उतनी लाइट के लिए इनपुट बहुत कम लेते हैं ये एलईडी। तो फ्यूचर में यही है जो आपको आगे डील करना है अपने करियर में, एलईडी लाइट्स ही यूज़ करनी है।
यस सर।
चलिए ठीक है, मेरे ख्याल में आज के लिए इतना। आगे वाटर सप्लाई वगैरह तो खैर आपने पढ़ी भी है, अगली क्लास में देख लेंगे। अटेंडेंस भी ले लिया।
यस सर।
चलिए ठीक है फिर आज के लिए क्लास में मीटिंग।
ओके सर।